You guys need to answer that. True or false? There is a right answer to this one. All of them are peer reviewed. 9, 10, 11. Gotta get up to 16.
I'm sorry we were late today, Serge.
Oh, did you get
15,
my message?
16.
I did. And we've gone over a lot of stuff already.
16?
Somebody's not playing?
Somebody's not playing. They're trying and it's not working. Okay, so let's go ahead and end it. All right, so 3 versus 12. The answer is false, right? They are not all peer reviewed, and we saw that because we actually saw periodicals in there that were not peer reviewed periodicals. Your chances of getting peer reviewed are obviously much higher, right? And you can select that in EBSCOhost and say that you must have peer reviewed, okay? All right, so what did I just do? I sent those to my email. I gotta go to work, and then I have to go pick up the kids, so I just run out the door, right? No. Always make sure that you have your email open, and please, please, please double check, okay? So I'm gonna go to my inbox and refresh, and look what I have there. Why do you think I said double check?
Just in case you write your email wrong or something?
Exactly. That has happened. I hate to say it, but yeah, it's been like students just come in and they're just, exhausted. They say, oh, I spent 3 hours doing all this research, and then, I went to class, and I went and I picked up the kids, and then I went to work, and then I got home, and it was 10 o'clock at night, and those things were not in my inbox, okay? So please double check it. Exactly. We're human, we make errors, but you want to make sure that everything is in there, okay?
Now that sent that whole article to you?
The entire article, yep. It'll either come as an attachment or within the email itself. It sends me all of the citations that I need. So let's look right here. Okay, like for example, this is my entire citation. Let's go this way.
In APA.
Yep. Wow, I'm glad I don't have to type that myself. What would be the one thing, so everything looks pretty good on here. I'm going to tell you there's 2 things you might see messed up in an EBSCO citation. One is that sometimes the author last name and first name get mixed up. And it happens sometimes. It's because of how the article was indexed before it was put in. Sometimes you will also see all caps in a title or in a name, and that is not acceptable. You will not be putting all caps in APA. Again, it's how the data was put in. My saying is garbage in, garbage out, right? So that's why that we have to double check. So this looks pretty much like I could copy and paste it. What would be the one change I have to make once I get it into my document?
Take those numbers off probably, right?
It depends on if your instructor has requested a DOI. It's kind of a new fandangled thing, but yeah, probably not. You can probably take that off, but what else?
The date you accessed it?
I believe it's...
That's all accurate. You'd have to indent the second, third line.
That's right. It would just
Your
be
first
this.
line hangs out.
Yeah, you're right. And I think because it's a journal coming from EBSCO, you do not have to put the date that you accessed it. But I think MLA does require, so there's going to be all these differences.
I always say buy the book.
Just go by the book.
Go by the book.
Go by the book. Okay, so that's all you would need at that point. So your citation is done. The only thing you have to take care of is once you mention that or paraphrase it or quote it within your paper, what do you have to do? If you're writing along and you say according to Jones, right? So you have to put what in here?
The year.
Depends on the, so it's APA, it'll be year, right? And if it's MLA, it'll be page.
Okay, so for all those names that are in there, what, you don't have to put all of those last names?
This is another thing that's different, APA and MLA. In some cases, the usual rule is 3 or more. You can say et al. Has anybody seen that before?
Yeah, that's what I have to do for my English class.
Okay. Again, though, I'm gonna side with Anne on this one. Always double check. Always double check. My double check is I go to Purdue OWL, but it sounds like APA.com. If you have the DK writing manual, the handbook,
That's
Okay?
that one that you buy for like your English class and stuff, right?
That one, it'll be in there. Okay? Because yeah, there's differences among the 3 different types, and to be honest, I can never keep them straight. When I was helping my husband write his papers in English class, he would kind of look at me like, because we'd have like 2 computers out and 5 books, and I'd be like, no, wait, there's a comma. And he'd be like, you've been in school for years, like why do you not know this? And I'm like, well, I don't know, it's just hard and it keeps changing. He's like, I'm never gonna write a paper again. All right, so it can be frustrating, but this makes it easier, right? And definitely, if you still have that toolkit, there's access to Noodlebib in there. So if you need help tracking that down, let me know. All right, so we're almost done. We've gotten through the databases. You've gotten quite a bit of stuff, but there's one more thing we want to check, and that is going to be our ebook collection. CCA has a very small print collection, and I just made it smaller this summer because we had a lot of things that were out of date and were not useful. What I've decided to do is to make things accessible all the time, wherever you are, and so we have a lot of ebooks. We have about 30,000 ebooks at this point, compared to about 8,000 physical titles, okay? The best, fastest way into the bulk of our ebook collection is right here, eBrary, okay? All you need to log in off campus is an S number, no password, all right? So when we click on that, it will come up and we will be able to search all of the ebooks that we have. It's kind of nice because it's going to search them both at the title level but also within the book itself, and I will show you that in just a second here, as long as it comes up. While we're waiting for this to come up, and it hopefully will, let's talk for just a second about physical books. So how many of you are kind of old school and you'd like to just use regular old books from the library, right? Okay, great. Yeah, so do I, for sure. They're very useful. A couple of options that we'll have. If we don't have it here at our library physically, we will look at, one of the first questions I usually ask students is, so which public library cards do you have? You know, and I want you to have, you should have at least 2 or 3, at least. So let's do a quick show of hands. Aurora Public, okay? Denver Public. You don't have to live in Denver to have one of those cards, by the way. Anyone else? Arapahoe? Okay. Just keep your hand up. What else do we have out here? Douglas County. So all of your public libraries, definitely make sure you have that card, okay? So we might decide, hey, you know what? They've got that book right over at the Central Library. Just go pick it up, okay? Or we might decide, it turns out that one's way out in Jefferson County or it's up in Boulder. Let's have it sent here. Okay, so that requires the courier, so just a guy in a truck driving around, books and stuff, traveling around and delivering the books to us. So that requires a little more time, okay? And then your third option will be, well, maybe there's an ebook available, right? So if I come in here and I just do a simple search for children in poverty, okay, and I search eBrary. All right. What this is going to do is it's going to show us, let me scroll down a little bit here. So we've got like over 13,000, right? Just right off the bat. But that's searching everywhere, both in the book itself and in the actual body of the book. So let's look at this one, Poverty in America, a handbook, okay? Once I click on that, it opens up in this window. These books can be downloaded. And you can actually have it, this is actually a screen reader. It will read the book to you if you want a bedtime story. It sounds like a computer though. And the best part is, do you see how that word poverty is actually being selected right there? That's because when you do a keyword search, like let's do this. Let's say that I'm curious within this book, where are they talking about drug abuse, right? Are there correlates there? Drug abuse and poverty, okay? So if I type in drug abuse,